In this episode, I tile the back of the island to give it some real character, but first it's time to do the backsplash of the kitchen. I chose a picket style tile. You can either do it vertical or horizontal. It's a very versatile tile and it looks great. The first thing I do to prep the wall is put the metal edging all the way around. That gives it a nice finished look. Now it's time to mud it. Always come down away from the wall, that way you don't get any big clumps. I started installing the tile using spacers, but I quickly realized that it was going to be an absolute nightmare. Plus, it really wasn't the look I was going for. Now that the spacers are gone, the tile is going in nice and smooth. Remember, anything under a 1/4 inch, you can use non-sanded grout. Anything over a 1/4 inch is sanded grout. It makes a big difference. We'll get back to the kitchen in a minute. When I originally designed the island, I thought about staining it to really give it some nice character, but because of the cabinets being so dark, I decided to add some tile. I decided to use the tile vertically just to match the pickets I'm using for the backsplash. I think it really pull them together, and that's what you want to design. That's another project done and it looks bloody brilliant. So when you do tiling like this, just make sure you get all the grout off, all the glue off it while it's wet, because once it dries you're really going to have to scrape it. And if you do it after you have put the grout in, you're really going to be in trouble, because then you're really going to have to scrape it using a razor knife. But I'm happy the way it looks. It came out really good. It cost me $1.50 a tile. I believe they're $20, maybe $30 to get this done, and the effect is well worth it. So another project done, on to the next one. Whenever I do a lot of tile, I try to pre-cut as much as possible. I knew I was going to use a lot of tiny little fillers at the bottom, so I pre-cut those first. I chose an off-white grout to fill the spaces between the tile, but in retrospect I really wish that I'd gone with something darker. It kind of got washed out. It still looks great, but I think if I would have went with a darker, like a brown or a black, it really would have had a much better effect. Lesson learned. I wanted to add a couple of floating shelves, and I had a piece of wood left over on the countertop. I cut the back out using the table saw. I'm going to use the small piece cut out. That's what's going to hold the shelf in the wall. I drilled the piece that I cut out and attach it to the wall. I put the shelf in place, make sure it's level. Drill a hole for the cabinet. Put the shelf back in place and attach it. Do the same with the top one and it looks great. Next time on the flipping road. It's coming down to the wire and it's all hands on deck, and considering it's only me, I've got plenty of work ahead of me. My name's Greg Hickey, this is On the Flipping Road. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. See you next time.